Hello! I tried to record this video 3 times now. The first 2, the audio corrupted. And then, the first one, the audio corrupted. The second one, I discovered that my earbuds just don't work. And for the third time is now. Today I will be covering how I would buff the sub weapons and change sub power up, because we can't just have it be increased travel speed for all of them. That doesn't seem right to me. So I will be doing this like main power up, but no damage up, because that's busted. So for our first and our example will be the Splat Bomb. I will be making the Splat Bomb more bouncy when you bounce it off the wall, just for that extra mobility. And for the sub power up, all of them will have increased travel speed, because that's really useful. So in addition to that, it'll have increased bounce for better mobility, obviously, and an increased blast radius, minimum damage, and splash. That'll be for most of them with increased blast radius. The ones that don't have that specific increased blast radius, I will specify. So with the example out of the way, we can go to the next one, which is Suction Bomb, which will stick to the player. As an example, when it sticks to you, and you go to one of your teammates and it explodes, it'll blow both of you up if the teammate is close enough. Or if it's stuck to you and you go into an object that instantly detonates the bomb, like bubbles, wall, rainmaker, shield, it'll instantly detonate. So you're going to want to be careful. As for its sub power up, it'll have increased blast radius, same as the Suction Bomb. Next will be Burst Bomb. I can't buff it in any way. It's just perfect. As for its sub power up, it will have increased blast radius, but this will be overall. So maximum damage, minimum damage, splash, ink coverage, all of it will be increased. For the Burst Bomb combos will be better. Next will be Curling Bomb. This has a lot of synergy, especially with blasters, which will be the Curling Bomb can detonate when your team deals enough damage to it. So let's say a charger if the Curling Bomb is within a charger's range, it can just detonate it then and there, instantly, if it has a charge. Or let's say you're a blaster and you throw the Curling Bomb, it goes to the other team and you shoot it. It just detonates instantly. And what'll make this even better is the sub power up, which will increase its blast radius. But this will be the same as the Burst Bomb, where it increases the maximum and the minimum. Just kidding, that's busted. It'll be the same as the Suction Bomb and Splat Bomb. But still, the minimum damage of the Curling Bomb and the chip damage from the blaster should be enough to kill the opponent. Next will be the Auto Bomb, which I gave this buff to it because I think that it's too easy to just stop its momentum. So what I'll be doing is make sure it doesn't stop when it is in the process of detonating. I think that just makes it a whole lot better. So that now it can just walk up to a charger and the charger can't just move 2 inches out of the way. It needs to move. And for its sub power up, this will be the first instance where the increased travel speed will, well, not the first. The increased travel speed for the curling bomb will be it moving. Increased travel speed will be in general, so for the auto bomb, just moving, walking, and being thrown in the air. It'll be all of that. All speed will be increased. And it'll have an increased blast radius, so you have to move. So next will be the ink mine, which this buff will be it can be placed on inkable walls. That's a pretty good buff on its own. However, it is completely invisible to the enemy team. Now you can't just avoid it altogether. And next one will be it'll always target the enemy who activates it. That's the best. Those are the best 3 buffs I could give it. Even if you're a charger from all the way across the stage, if you activate that ink mine, it'll target you. And for its sub power up, it'll be increased blast radius and increased track duration. The blast radius includes the tracking radius, so that it just works better. Next one will be Toxic Mist, but this will have a twist. You see, it'll be combined with Point Sensor to create Disruption Neo. And yes, this will only be on Neo brand weapons. And yes, Neo brand weapons will have a whole lot more. That's just an idea, but for Disruption Neo, the disruption will stick to players who are in contact with the mist. Disruption consists of tracking and the mist itself. So if you go in there and get out, you'll have that mist, the disruption on you for like 2 seconds afterwards, about 2 seconds, or until the mist disappears. And for sub power up, increase size of the mist and increase duration of the disruption. Those are pretty good buffs. Next will be the splash wall, which will be its duration is not affected by damage. So if you throw 5 bombs at it, hypothetically, it won't disappear, and its duration will not decrease. It'll just tank that damage, and you will be protected for the entire time. And as for sub power up, it'll have increased duration and an increased size so that you can have better mobility. Next one is the sprinkler. It's been nerfed to oblivion. What I'm gonna do is just put it back to its former glory and then some. Just a bit. So it'll never weaken, it never should have weakened, and it lasts indefinitely. It should have always lasted indefinitely. And for its sub power up, it'll be increased paint coverage and increased range. I mean, I think that's just how it always should have been. The next 3, which are the last 3, will stay pretty much the same. Squid Beacon, Fizzy Bomb, and Torpedo, they're all perfect as for what they do. So for their sub power up, Squid Beacon, still perfect. So next I will go with the Torpedo. It'll have increased blast radius of the droplets, so that now they will actually hit. And as for the Fizzy Bomb, it's already one of the best bombs in the game. So I can't really increase its blast radius because it already has 3 blasts. I can't increase the damage because that would be terrible. And I can increase the travel speed, but I'm not sure if that's such a good idea. So I will decrease the amount of shaking you need to do. So it won't help you throw more. It'll just help you throw them more efficiently. So that you're not a sitting duck for as long. And those are all of the buffs I would do. That was about 10 minutes. Not too long. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that these are all good buffs. If you have some other buffs you would do, please leave them in the comments. And also, if you are able to, I would appreciate it if you were to share this video with competitive players so that it would get them to do their own variation of this. Because I would like them to do that. So anyways, see ya.